Welcome back to Stooge Stream. This is Making an Impact, your weekly Impact Wrestling review / recap show. We're looking at the episode of Impact Wrestling that aired on the 11th of May 2017. I am your host, The Stooge, and as always, okay, big sigh, I'm joined by the first male of professional wrestling podcasting, who's right now posing in the Randy Orton pose, G-Banks.
And thank you. Just gave my fans some silence treatment because they love that shit. Let's get on to it.
It's funny that you have fans. All right, so
It's not funny, but whatever.
as we start off every show, we're going to give a quick shout out to the commenters from the last episode.
Wasn't he not G-Banks one of the commenters?
No.
Oh, then I don't care.
Okay, so we had NCS Sounds.
Wait, what kind of name is that?
I don't know. That's
Music Sounds?
It's a YouTube channel. NCS Sounds. That Feel When.
That feel when?
That Feel When.
Okay.
Weekly commenter, of course, Average Boy, and a weekly commenter, Danny. Thank you so much for commenting and watching the show. We really appreciate it, as always. Make sure you leave your comments about this week's episode of Impact on YouTube, on Reddit. We'll reply, we'll chat, we'll converse.
You will.
Yeah, because you're a lazy ass.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, so let's kick it off. This week's episode started with a four-way X Division match starring Andrew Everett, Matt Sydel, Desmond Xavier, and Caleb Konley.
Oh, sorry, I was asleep. That was just so boring. That's all.
You're kidding me. This was a spectacular match with some absolutely
I don't know.
brilliant
No
moves.
Shane Gregory Helms. No excitement from me, unfortunately.
Okay, well, there was definitely some excitement from me because Desmond Xavier, who is new to us, the African-American gentleman.
Never seen him.
We have actually seen him once before.
Nope.
Okay. He was spectacular in the match, did some great moves. He did a great two-man takedown thing. And
He was subpar.
Okay. Caleb Konley was amazing. Matt Sydel just impresses week after week after week. But the person that came off looking the best, of course, was Andrew Everett, who won with his Frankendriver, which is a reverse spike Frankensteiner. For somebody his age, his talent is like just ridiculous. And I think this match was a great showcase of everyone because up until the ending, everyone sort of had their moments and looked really good. And it was just Andrew Everett who got the win. Like at points it looked like maybe Matt Sydel was going to get the win, or maybe Desmond Xavier, or maybe Caleb Konley, but no, it just happened to be Andrew Everett.
The only reason Everett won was because he's rubbing off the, the fame that Harry Helms has got.
The Helms dynasty.
Yeah.
From when he would no, it's got nothing to do with that.
Yeah, what do you mean?
He even said he had the job out for them for a year.
No, I didn't see any of that jobbing.
I do want to highlight one particular move, Desmond Xavier doing a top rope, like just jumping over the ropes, landing on everyone, landing on his feet. It looked amazing while everyone was out on the ringside.
Oh,
It
no,
was
I
great.
must have missed it. I didn't see it.
Move the freaking chairs from ringside though. Like, did Sanjay Dutt's, eye injury not say, like, move these fucking chairs?
I don't remember. It must have been that, spectacular if I don't remember it.
It was amazing. All right, so something you definitely will remember.
What?
The EC3 backstage promo.
Can I say that's the best EC3 has looked in a while?
He said,
after defeating the coward James Storm.
well, he said tonight we may see a cowboy.
Hmm.
So we'll see where that leads.
I'm interested.
Our next segment. Yes, it's KM. He's back with another
Okay, that's what you were doing.
package. Yeah, if you didn't know what that was Back to the Future because KM goes full Biff on a pizza boy this week.
Okay, I got a bit confused, but now I'm on your level. All right.
You get that?
Yeah,
You
I
get
got
that?
it. I got it. I'm on your level now.
Because if you don't get it, you can make like a tree and just get the hell out of here.
All right, Biff. Calm down, buddy. Jesus Christ.
I love these
I've
segments.
got KM and Biff over here.
I love these segments. How are you not having fun with these segments?
I'm having great fun with these segments. I'm pretty sure a couple of weeks ago you were hating on them.
I was wondering where they're going with it, and even Average Boy commented on last week's episode. I don't know if they're being serious or campy with KM's vignettes, but I don't care, and neither do I, because he's just Biff.
Yeah, no, it is. It's hilarious.
We're getting to see Biff outside of the Back to the Future
I said this is one of
movies.
the best impersonations of Biff I've ever seen, if not just as good.
Oh, it has to. It is just Biff.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. Loving it. So the pizza boy has to make like a tree and get the hell out of there.
Yeah, pretty much. I love how every guy that he intimidates is wearing a goofy looking hat,
Yeah.
and he slaps it off their head.
Yeah.
And they're all wearing it like on the side or like, tilted up. It's amazing.
Does the full like,
I told-
hello, is there anyone in there?
I told him to do that.
What?
I told him to do that.
I don't even want you to explain that. Okay. So next up, we go back to the Impact Zone. James Storm's music hits. We think we're getting the cowboy.
Boring.
And we do get a cowboy. It's EC3 dressed like a stripper cowboy.
Ooh, can I say he looks spectacular? I was sweating. That's the best a cowboy's ever looked, ever.
Dude, that was full Vegas stripper parody cowboy.
No, that was a vintage cowboy, dude. That's like Clint Eastwood used in the movie.
No.
Yeah, the Good, Bad, and Ugly, John Wayne, all those dudes used to wear that kind of stuff.
No. Well,
Exactly like what EC3.
speaking of
rocked.
old school actors, he does cut a promo, act, and then sings a song. They used to have to be triple threats.
Yeah.
EC3 does it. He sings a song. But he gets cut off by the real cowboy, James Storm.
Questionable.
Brawl ensues, as you'd expect, but it ends up with James Storm handcuffed to the ring. EC3 pulls his belt off. This is very homoerotic for a moment here, and then
I
whips
enjoyed it.
the cowboy. Okay.
I enjoyed it thoroughly.
There's nothing wrong with enjoying it.
I'd love to see it again. Maybe I get involved or something.
The blank stare that you've got is very disconcerting.
What?
But anyway, he whips him about 20 times.
Well, he kind of deserved it. You don't attack a guy from behind.
What? That's exactly what EC3 did.
No,
he
he
attacked
didn't.
James Storm from behind with a beer bottle.
No, he didn't. He defended himself with a beer bottle. James Storm attacked him from behind. You clearly just watched that.
I'd love to see the world through your eyes one day. But
Okay. It's a beautiful world if you want to know.
there was a little bit of a fub where EC3 trips over a cable at ringside.
What was that man doing there? He didn't trip over. The guy was in the way.
Admittedly, that was great, though. When he turns around and just starts whipping the technician.
So he should.
The dude, I swear, there was a shot of him literally covering his face because he's crying because EC3 whipped the shit out of him.
Don't get in front of the way of the cowboy, my man.
It was great. Then a whole lot of Impact officials come out and break it up and pull EC3 away.
Barely.
I have to admit, barely. Yeah, a few of them copped a strike as well. I like this segment. It was cool, and it builds up the tension between what's happening with EC3 and James Storm.
I like where the segment ended.
Okay, I like to see where it's going. James Storm gets his retribution.
Well, he kind of did, and he failed, so it's over now.
We'll see what happens.
He got whipped.
I
It's
think
over.
eventually you're going to hear, sorry about your damn luck.
I'd rather not.
Anyway, next up we had a tag team match. Idris and Hakim versus Laredo Kid and Garza Jr. So this was an interesting match of two very, very different styles. Idris and Hakim, I don't believe we've seen too much of previously. Maybe once before. I don't recall. Laredo Kid and Garza Jr., of course, we've seen plenty of recently.
The lesser Mexicans.
Oh, that's so harsh.
What? Because it's true?
This was actually a really good match. I really enjoyed this. There was some back and forth. There was some great tension in the match.
Yeah, the reason why there was tension in the match was because the match was to see who would stay in America. It was a battle of the minorities. Arabs versus Mexicans. What?
I don't know where to go from here. You've backed me into a corner.
But it's true, isn't it?
Kind of was.
Yeah.
Kind of was.
They're like, hey, you want to stay in America and keep wrestling and make a living and shit? Go out there and fight.
Okay.
That's what I saw anyway.
All right. Well, I did see a really, really good match. Particularly in the end, the great 450 splash into the ring for the pin while Laredo Kid was doing a moonsault out of the ring. There was a great little combination spot there to keep everyone away so they could get the pin. They take the win, pushes them up the rankings in the tag team division.
And they stay in America for 4 more years. Yay! What?
Send your hate to G-Banks at gmail.com.
What?
There was a Sienna backstage promo. So her saying
Excuse me. The Queen.
Okay, the Queen Sienna backstage promo. Now, she talked about... Put the pinky down.
Fine.
Put it away.
Okay.
She was talking about being the Global Force Women's Champion. But basically only because it pissed off Karen Jarrett.
I agree.
I don't think the title really meant that much.
I agree.
The interviewer
What about Biff behind her?
Well, I was about to say, the interviewer asked, where's...
And say, this is a
like
good segment.
magic, KM appears.
Yeah. This is a good segment. I'm enjoying this actually myself too.
So
This is probably
KM,
the best you've ever done on the show. Good
Thank
job,
you,
sir.
I
Well
appreciate
done.
that.
Pat on the back.
KM appeared behind the interviewer and cut a promo as well about him and his cuz, and she's the
He's in
deadliest
his cuz,
woman.
yeah.
She even said at one point, "Cuz, relax," because he was going full Biff.
Where I live, when people say that, it's actually a threat, like a warning sign.
Yeah, like
I'm being serious. Like where I live in Australia,
Yeah.
anyway. Like when you hear relax cars, that's a warning
out
sign.
West Sydney, if you hear relax cuz, like
No, not even relax, lax cars.
yeah, it's run.
Yeah.
You're about to get jumped.
yeah.
All right, cuz, what are you doing? Relax, cuz.
Relax, leave him alone.
Yeah, you're done.
Yeah.
There was a great promo package from the Pope putting over Impact. He just put over everyone. Pope loves putting people over, clearly, including himself.
Yep.
That, you actually said it. And when he finished the promo, you're like, he just cut a Ric Flair. Like, he did.
Like a blacker, popier version.
Yeah.
But it was awesome. It was spectacular.
The pimp slapping,
Yeah.
gold chain wear. Like, he did the
Like,
flip-flop.
he's been giving my boy Josh a bit of grief lately, but after that promo, I always got to back Pope.
I think one of the best lines, and if I get it wrong, forgive me, because I was laughing so hard. Like, my man just smashed it when he goes, "Daddy's going to do what Daddy does."
Yeah, that was good.
I don't know
and
what
the whole
that...
bling, he's got the bling and whatever he says. I can't even remember. I was just sitting there so like...
Pimp slapping at one point, but he's also pimp-tastic.
Yeah,
Like,
it was amazing.
if you watch that's a promo. Like, that's how you
That's how you get behind Impact.
Yeah.
Just watch that. You're like, oh, I'm really into Impact.
I have to watch Pope every week. We had a person that, again, I'm a big fan of. Ava Storie has made
Who?
Ava Storie. You liked her last week. She was a heel.
I don't know. Refresh my memory. I can't
The
remember.
cutie one that looks like Amy Adams. That was a bad guy last week.
I don't think I've heard of her. Well, I don't think we've talked about it, have we?
She's been on every week for a while now.
Okay.
Anyway, Ava Storie versus... I don't even want to do this.
What?
Laruel van Ness
Woo!
with Kongo Kong.
Princess Laruel van Ness. Please, get it right. And it's the family, because she's with a family member.
So Laruel van Ness is still a fucking mess. I think the Knockout got the call of the night when she comes out, and she's like, "Is she really going to wrestle in a wedding dress?" I'm like, guess so.
Well, that just shows, true to her testament that she can wrestle in any condition and still kick ass.
I think she just doesn't know that she's wearing it anymore. She just lost it. It is.
I'd be like that too if I got my man taken away from me at the altar.
This was kind of the flip-flop story of Ava Storie, because 2 weeks ago she was a face, last week she was a heel, and this week she's a face again.
Wait, she's been on the show 3 weeks in a row?
Yeah.
Still haven't seen her ever.
Okay. Kongo Kong, I thought was going to be much more of an influence in this match. It wasn't really. He just kind of menacing at ringside. He really didn't need to interfere.
I think he was.
You really think he was?
Yeah, dude. If you saw a guy like that standing outside the ring just staring you down, wouldn't you be intimidated?
I'd tell him to put a bra on.
Yeah, that too. But still, would you be intimidated?
Very possibly, yes.
Yeah. Imagine
yes.
he doesn't put the bra on. How intimidated would you be then?
Then I'd be intimidated.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then he milks you straight. Goes, "Hey, milk me," straight after. That'd be horrifying.
You're scaring me now. You really are.
He did it to me once. That's
Okay.
why I'm confessing right now. Hopefully, someone can hear this and help me out.
Don't help him.
Oh.
So Laurel gets the win, continues to beat on Ava Storie. Earl Hebner pulls Laurel off, and Kongo Kong takes exception to this and storms a ring. Earl gets the fuck out of there.
That's the fastest I've ever seen Earl move. He did seconds that Usain Bolt does. Literally, that's how fast.
He did the 9 second 100 meters.
The clock in seconds like Usain Bolt. I was like, whoa, what the hell?
In one of my favorite segments of the evening, we had a black and white Rockstar Spud package. He's so sad.
Yeah.
He's just wondering why. Why would a grown man, Swoggle, do this to another grown man, Spud? Why would he beat him with a weapon? Why? And he drops his water because he's all banged up. And it was so sad, dude. The spill on the ground. You see it cascading on the dirty hotel carpet.
I'm sorry, it's just pathetic.
And it was just an acronym for his life. The water spilling on the carpet. Just a dirty hotel carpet.
Look, if Spud wants to, get back up on his feet, tell him to hook, tell him to call me. I'm more than happy to help him.
You hook him up?
Yeah, look what I did for the family.
No, don't ask.
Okay.
So I liked it. I like this.
Yeah, it's alright. It's alright. It's making me laugh. Let's just put it that way.
Really well done. The production value is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
In the exact reverse, in no production value, L.A.X. rock up in a lowrider in full Mexican funeral garb with the black face paint. Traditional. Yeah, no, it is. It is traditional, but
so we don't get any hate.
Yeah.
Even though I don't care.
Comes to the ring to pay respects to the death of Decay.
I don't know when they died.
End up crimping on the ashes.
Yeah, they were crip walking on the ashes. It was amazing. I think it was homicide.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Well, dancing on the ashes.
Yeah, he had moves and everything. Yeah, he
awesome.
literally crip walked on the ashes of Crazy Steve and Abyss. It was amazing.
Spit all over them. Rosemary's in the rafters. She's not happy. She's doing the
actually,
sting.
Knockout said something funny too. She goes, she's doing the sting.
She's doing the sting. Yeah, it was great. So some guy in the front row starts waving an American flag, which pisses Conan right off.
Can I say that American plant that was put there was kind of too obvious?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, like
It
so
was
obvious.
So bad. So bad.
like they put him in the family area in the front with a massive American flag.
Yeah.
That guy's never been there.
And dude, it not only was it a massive American flag, it was on a steel pole with a brass knob. It was the most ornate American flag I've ever seen. It was a bit over the top.
Yeah, well, anyway, what happened after that?
So Conan goes to get in his face, and of course,
What?
the veterans of war answer the call.
What? They come out and go all America on their ass? America, fuck yeah! Like Hulk Hogan back in the days. I'm a real American.
Oh, hardcore. They clear the ring.
Yeah.
They scare the Mexicans off. They do the full, terrorizing.
Go back
them.
over the wall, god damn it.
It was bad. They did do a magic killer on them, on Ortiz, I believe. It was, the whole thing was like just so...
Borderline.
Go America.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So we know who the number one contenders to LAX's titles are now. It's veterans of war who have had one match.
I'm a real American.
Whatever his name is now, it's Crimson and Wilcox.
Crimson and Batista White.
Yeah.
Off-White. Batista Off-White.
Off-White.
That's what we'll call him. Well, that's what I'm going to call him anyway.
Great. I like it. I like it. Look, we're Australian. We just don't get it. Like, I'm just being honest.
Hey, I have a lot of other friends that aren't Australian and they don't get it either.
Yeah,
No, I literally have friends that are from America and stuff too, and they don't get it either.
They're just like, what is this?
Yeah.
We have absolutely, I respect people that put their lives on the line to go fight wars. But we don't have this patriotism level thing.
Where we back them off.
Yeah, it's just weird. And it's frustrating to watch because I don't understand it. I'm like, I just don't get it. Like, they shouldn't be over. They've had one match.
Yeah.
Like, in wrestling logic, they should still be, greenhorns.
Green,
yeah, it just doesn't make any sense. But anyway, they're number one contenders because they're Americans.
And they fight for what's right.
Yeah. Fight for what's right.
Now that song's stuck in my head. What's it called?
Hulk Hogan, I'm a real American.
Yeah, actually, I'll just type that on YouTube.
Next up, we had Marshe Rockett versus Moose.
All day.
Woo! For the Grand Championship. God damn it, I was interested.
At least it's two brothers in the match, so I'm going to at least enjoy that.
This whole Grand Championship thing needs to go away. If this was just a flat 5-minute match that had exactly the same spots in it, I would have been down for it. Mm-hmm. The fact that it's just so dumb. So Moose wins round 1, 10s to Marshe Rockett's 9s.
While Marshe Rockett was outside the ring
Majority of
but
it.
he got 9s. So now I know how to get points in wrestling.
Yeah. Moose smashed the shit out of him in round 1, threw him out of the ring twice. At one point, he's like, I'm done. But there was only 8 seconds to go, so the clock counted out before he got counted out. And he still got 9s. It's just so fucking ridiculous. Mm-hmm. It's retarded. And to kind of prove the point, Moose wins round 2 in 20 seconds. Just pins him with a giant choke slam, sit down choke slam.
This is a title match, and they made this the quick 2-minute mid-card match
Oh, it's so dumb.
because of the title.
Now, Tyrus comes to the top of the ramp, and you're like, ooh, Tyrus is going to take
Big boy
Moose.
Tyrus.
I'm looking at it. I'm interested. I'm in, and Moose gets hit from behind by Eli Drake.
So he should.
They start beating him down, and during the kerfuffle, Chris Adonis, formerly Chris Masters, comes out, puts a master lock on Moose.
One of the best master locks in the game right now as we speak.
It is actually not bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Eli hits him with a chair. They beat him down. So who's going for the title? Is it Tyrus? Is it Eli? Or is it Chris Adonis?
No, I think they just want to kill it.
That I would be happy if that's the gimmick. These three guys are banding together to destroy the Grand Championship. Not to get it, just to destroy it. I would so be behind that party.
I can see that happening.
That would be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So Chris Adonis leaves just before the end, and Eli and Tyrus stand tall over Moose. We go backstage again with Dirty Dutch Mantel. That's his nickname.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
If you're a WWE fan, you may remember him as Zeb Coulter, We the People, but he is Dirty Dutch Mantel. He says that next week is the return of Ultimate X. He's listened to the people. This is what we want. I'm in.
I didn't send him any of those messages, so he's obviously not listening to the people.
Don't care. Somebody suggested Ultimate X. He listened. It's all good for me. So we're going to have Trevor Lee, Andrew Everett, Loki, Ultimate X three-way.
Just another ball fest, if you ask me.
Okay.
Oh, actually, Horror Helms is going to be there, so it won't be too bad.
That's all you're concerned with?
Yeah.
Oh, the fact that Ultimate X is the most spectacular type of match in wrestling today, full stop, with the best athletes on the planet doing the most spectacular moves.
Yeah, but if it wasn't for Horror Helms, that they wouldn't be there in the first
Okay,
place.
I'm not getting in this again. Next up, we had Wifey with Eddie Edwards on crutches
I know who you're talking about.
versus Angelina Love with
Are you going
Davey
to explain who
Richards.
Wifey is to the audience? Or
Wifey is Eddie Edwards' wife.
Okay, there we go.
Thought that was obvious. It's Wifey with Eddie Edwards.
Yeah, but our fans, come on.
Alright.
You got to explain it to them.
So this was a, hot feud that's been going on between Davey and Eddie that somehow Angelina and Alicia, Eddie's wife, has gotten involved in.
Mm-hmm.
So it's Wifey's debut wrestling match versus Angelina Love. This was just very much a roll around, slap out cat fight. Wifey obviously hasn't had enough training.
Mm-hmm.
Angelina gets disqualified because of Davey Richards' interference. So she starts beating Wifey down. Elle tries to pull Angelina off, not happening. She keeps beating Wifey down. Eddie tries to come in for the save on one leg. Davey attacks him with his own crutches and beats his knee. As someone who's currently on crutches, because I've just had knee surgery for the third time in like 2.5 or 3 months or whatever, that hurt to watch. That hurt. The dude beat him with his own crutch until he broke it.
Good.
Good. What are you
Redemption.
talking about? Good. Redemption for what?
For what Eddie did.
Again, one day I really, really would love to swap places with you just to understand how you see the world so backwards.
Backwards? I'm pretty sure I see the world forwards. That's how, woke I am.
Okay. Anyway, on a side note, Angelina and Davey are the grossest couple in wrestling.
That I can agree with. I won't back up from that.
Ugh.
They gotta stop doing that on TV, otherwise I'm gonna complain.
So next up we had Lashley in a backstage promo. He kind of wants the Global Force title just because he's never had it. But he's really, really not going to care that much.
Pretty much. That's exactly how he is.
And the promo even was like, whatever. I
Very
haven't had it.
half-assed.
I'll have it one day.
Great attitude, actually.
Whatever.
It'll get you far in the company with that attitude.
The Global Force... Please merge the titles so this can end. It doesn't matter how many times you say Global Force, Global Force, Global Force, Global Force, Global Force. It means nothing. And the more times you say it, the more meaningless it is.
I thought you kept repeating trash, sorry.
Well, you just had me going, shit title, shit title,
No, I
shit
just
title.
heard you say trash, 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 bin it.
Well, speaking of, Magnus backstage with him and his
Trash, 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 trash.
title.
Yeah.
saying he wants the Impact title. So basically, he's like, I've got this. This makes me the number one contender to the real title because this is shit.
Pretty much what he said.
It was so, like, he literally trashed the Global Force title by the end of the promo. So that leads to our main event, which is Alberto El Patron versus Magnus for the Global Force title. Before we get to the match itself, we need to point out the only Magnus fan in the world is an old grandma.
Ever. Not in the world, ever.
It's hilarious. She's an
Not
old...
even Magnus's wife is a Magnus fan.
Yeah, she's just like, dude, you work for Impact.
Yeah, you're shit. You have a Global Force
title. You've got the Global Force title. Yeah, come on.
I went to WWE for like a week and I got over. Yeah. You're still shit. Yeah.
You've got the Global Force title.
Yeah, you got the Global Force. Yeah, and everyone still doesn't know who you are. Except for her.
It's horrible. Except for your daughter.
No, except for your daughter and that old woman over there.
And even your daughter uses the Global Force title as a toy, and you're like, whatever. Yeah. So it's this old lady who's wearing one of the old blue Victory Magnus shirts in the front row. She's got a little Magnus sign. And, like, she hates everyone else. Every other match, she was just sitting there with the biggest... Imagine Grumpy Cat as an old person. That's what she looked like. Just, until Magnus came out. And
good resemblance, actually.
The dust came off.
The dust came off.
It started flowing again. Mm-hmm. She was 16.
The Nile River had opened.
Yeah. She was 16. The Beatles just landed in the US. She's losing her fucking mind.
Yeah, I can keep going if you want to.
Oh, it was great. She was the attraction of this match because the Global Force title isn't.
Yeah, so true.
Now, if you just take the Global Force title away, this is a really good match. Like, I really enjoyed this. And it was
too technical for me.
Yeah, of course, because like there was actual wrestling in it and psychology, submissions. Alberto working the arm so he could get the arm bar. Magnus working the legs so he could do a cloverleaf submission.
Needed more chairs and interference and stuff like that. That's what I reckon would be more interesting.
Of course, straight wrestling match, just not your deal at all.
Yeah, it's more boring, if you know what I mean.
This was a great wrestling match. The only thing was that the stink of the Global Force title was sitting on top of it.
Stink.
So Magnus won in the end because Alberto pinned him for the Global Force title.
I think Magnus let him win, to be honest. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, well, he did submit to the cross armbar. I think it was just like, he's got it in. Fuck it. I'm out. Yeah. I'm out. I'll get this off me.
I'm finally out? It's great. I'm out. Yeah. I'm free.
So Vince! Magnus definitely wins because he gets a stink of the Global Force title off him.
That stench is off him finally.
Oh,
but I gotta admit, like, I want someone to talk about me the same way Magnus talks about the Global Force title.
I know he made it like almost as if it was important, but then every time he tried to talk about how important it was, somebody would come and Matt Morgan shit on it, Karen Jarrett shit on it,
as toilet paper.
Lashley shit on it. Everyone shits on it. And everyone talks about, like, I want the Global Force title so I can unify it with the Impact title, like the real title.
Yeah.
They're just shitting all over. Why even... I get what you're doing. You're trying to build it up so it means something when you unify it at Slammiversary. They don't mean shit. They're shit titles for wankers.
You shouldn't have brought them in the first place, I believe. But whatever.
Crap. But as long as this finally puts the nail in Global Force, which has been a joke for so long, like, let's just put it to rest.
I thought already was at rest.
Yeah. All in all, though, I really enjoyed this show. If you just take the Global Force bullshit out of it, the rest of the show, like the actual matches themselves, were really, really good and tight. The actual packages and promos that they put into the show, I really enjoyed. They're propelling stories forward. Lashley, who we haven't seen wrestle in a few weeks now, is still coming in and being like, hi, I'm still a champ, and whatever these kids are doing doesn't matter. Like, his promos are great. The Pope, that promo was just that. If all we had was like black screen for 2 hours and just that Pope promo, it'd still be the best episode of Impact ever.
Yeah, in a long time.
It's great. L.A.X, of course, I enjoyed that. I thought the Veterans of War was a little bit over the top, but I really enjoyed L.A.X in ring, spitting on like the graves of Decay and stuff.
Burying Decay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That was good.
Yeah, the show was alright. Like, the starting and the ending was meh to me, but all the stuff in the middle was awesome.
The two best matches.
Yeah. Get rid of them. Would have been probably a 5-star show.
Okay. Well, let us know what you think in the comments below. What was your favorite match of the week? Favorite promo segment? Favorite Back to the Future spot?
Yeah.
Whichever.
Yeah.
Whichever. We'd like to know. We'll, of course, reply to everything and say hi. Let's have a conversation. Talk to us in the comments and YouTube, Reddit, whatever. Don't normally say this, but hey, share this with your friends that are Impact fans. Don't just share this around to every general idiot, but if you know somebody that's into Impact Wrestling, let them know we exist. Get them involved in the conversation as well.
Let them hear my beautiful voice.
I feel sorry for them already, and I apologize for making that suggestion. Until next time, I have been your host, The Stooge.
And I'm the one and the only G-Banks.
Don't forget, adventure, excitement. Stooge craves not these things.
Welcome to the Stooge Revolution.